David Sandler.
The race to the top represents 0.5% of the federal defense budget. 800 billion versus 4 billion. Iraq, Afghanistan, over 700 foreign military bases. A society that allows this cannot provide a quality education for every child. What we are offered is Dunkin's Donut, a little bit of dough and nothing in the middle. The New York Times had a recent story where executives from the Gates Foundation and McKinsey Consultant mingled with investors who helped start the New Schools Venture Fund, which develops charters. People from Google and Amazon. Quote, all doubts were dispelled when the image of Arnie Duncan filled a large video screen from Washington. He pledged to combine, quote, your ideas with our dollars from the federal government. What you have created is a real movement. Mr. Duncan also said in a TV interview that was quoted in the Washington Post this year, it's a tough thing to say, but let me be really honest. I think the best thing that happened to the education system in New Orleans was Hurricane Katrina. That education system was a disaster, and it took Hurricane Katrina to wake up the community. This is the author of Race to the Top. This is despicable demagoguery. There's no reason to consider any of his proposals. He also applauded the firing of the whole staff of Central Falls High School in Rhode Island, the poorest city in that state, with a student turnover rate of 30%. Recently, Mayor Michael Bloomberg in New York was prevented from closing 19 schools because he did not allow enough public input. And a judge named Lobis told him just that. The entire mayoral control law, she wrote, must be enforced, not merely the portion extending mayoral control of the schools. And finally, Jonathan Kozol wrote in Harper's Magazine in July of 2007, a friend of his gave him something from a securities firm known as Montgomery Securities, and quoting the prospectus, the education industry represents the largest market opportunity since healthcare was privatized in the 1970s. Arnie Duncan is going to privatize education. That is the basis of Race to the Top. It has nothing to do with children's lives. It has to do with the ideology of privatization. So I hope everyone votes no.
Thank you, Mr. Sandler.